Hey folks, and welcome to another video of mine. If you're new to my channel, then first of all, a big welcome and thank you so much for tuning in. In case you're wondering what kind of content do I put out on my channel, then you can expect one tech related video on every Wednesday of the week like the one that you're watching right now, and one lifestyle, food or music related video on every Sunday of the week. Now that I have mentioned that, let's keep that aside and focus on our video today. Just like the title says, should you buy the new Apple TV 4K? Well, the answer is both a yes and a no. In case you're wondering, am I trying to confuse you with my answer? Well, no. In fact, I'm going to try and simplify why I'm saying both a yes and a no. So without further ado, let's get started and find out, folks. Let's start with the yes camp. That means, why should you buy the Apple TV 4K? Well, the first thing that I want to talk about is the processor. Now, we've come a long way from the A8 processor that used to be on the Apple TV HD. The last gen Apple TV 4K came along with the A10X chip. And now we have finally got the A12 Bionic chip. Yes, it's the same chip that used to be on the last generation iPad Pro. Now, with the upgrade to the A12 chip, it comes along with a lot of firepower. Now, what this means is that the user interface would be comparatively smoother. Gaming, for one, should be an excellent experience. You're going to have no lags in your games. You're going to have absolutely smooth gameplay. And if you really want to enjoy Apple Arcade and gaming on your new Apple TV 4K, then yes, you should get the new Apple TV 4K 2021. What the new processor, the A12 processor, also enables the new Apple TV 4K to do is dish out 120 Hz or 120 FPS when you're watching videos. So we've still not come to a stage where you'll be able to get a lot of content, but if you can get your hands on content which has 120 frames per second, the Apple TV is now fully capable of handling that thanks to the new A12 chip. And that brings us also to the second point. In fact, it leads into the second point, which is the inclusion or upgrade to an HDMI 2.1 port. So the A12 processor clubbed with the upgrade to the HDMI 2.1 port means that you can now enjoy those high frame rate videos, which was just not possible on last gen Apple TV 4K because it only had HDMI 2.0. So the HDMI 2.1 is a significant upgrade over HDMI 2.0 because this means low latency and also those higher frame rates when you're watching those sports videos or fast moving objects. It's going to be such a great experience, and it's going to offer that smooth, lag-free, low latency experience thanks to the A12 and thanks to the HDMI 2.1. Alright, I do want to talk about the remote as well. The remote is definitely a big upgrade over the last generation. So this remote was comparatively tinier, but it also did not have two buttons, which are now available on the new Apple TV 4K 2021. The two buttons that I'm talking about, one is the mute button, which is a very important button. In case I'm watching any content, I want to mute the audio. There is no way I could do that on the older Apple TV 4K remote. I had to dial down on the volume here and then reduce the volume gradually. If I had to mute what I was watching, then I had to use my television remote and then click on that mute button. So now you have a mute button which is now included on the new Apple TV 4K 2021. Apart from that, there's also a power button. Now, previously, if I had to put the device on sleep mode or if I had to turn it off, I had to long press, like hold this button which has the TV icon. I had to long press it until we get an option which has the sleep now option that you can choose from, and then you can put your device on sleep. The other way to do it is to get into the settings and then go via the settings and then turn your device off. All that is gone because it's a tedious process. Now you have a power button, and just by clicking or pressing that one button, you can turn your Apple TV 4K off. That's so cool. So it's definitely a worthy upgrade and one which enhances your user experience. So here's who should buy the Apple TV 4K 2021. If you enjoy gaming on the Apple Arcade, definitely get the new Apple TV 4K 2021. If you have the older Apple TV which means the Apple TV HD, then it is definitely a worthy upgrade over that last device. It's got significant changes. If you have the Apple TV 4K, the last gen, hold on to your horses. I'm going to explain why in the next section. But if you do not have an Apple TV at all, well, for you folks, pause or stop this video right now, go over to Apple's website and place your order of the Apple TV 4K 2021 right now. This device is that good, and if you don't have an Apple TV at all, you should order it right away. Just close your eyes, open your wallet, place your order. So now let's move over to the next section and discuss why you should not buy or upgrade to an Apple TV 4K 2021. Here's who shouldn't buy an Apple TV 4K 2021. Now, first of all, let's talk about the processor, because we did talk about that as being the first point. Now, the A10X is a very capable processor, and the A10X is on the last gen Apple TV 4K. Now, in fact, when the Apple TV 4K released a few years back, it was leagues ahead of its competition because all the Android TVs had inferior chipsets. In fact, even today, the A10X holds its ground. It's far better than a lot of the Android TVs which are already there. Now, moving over to the A12, well, in terms of the user experience, whether it's the A10X or whether it's the A12, the user experience stays the same because the UI is exactly what it used to be. So, moving from the Apple TV 4K last gen to the current gen, it's not going to make a difference when it comes to your user experience or your UI, user interface that is. Even in terms of watching movies or your favorite TV shows, it's not going to make a difference. HDR content looks as good as it would on the Apple TV 4K 2021 than it would on the Apple TV 4K last gen. It's going to be the same. So even with all the processing power, these things do not change. That's why if you already own an Apple TV 4K last gen, there is no point of upgrading to the Apple TV 4K 2021. Talking about the second point, which was HDMI 2.1. Well, it does have the capability of dishing out 120 Hz and videos which have higher frame rates. But hey, let's stop for a moment. Now, not everybody owns a television which dishes out 120 Hz. In fact, my own TV, the one that you see right behind me, maxes out at 60 Hz. Now remember, the Apple TV 4K is not a television itself, it's just a TV box. So unless you own a television which has the capability of running 120 FPS or 120 Hz, even if the Apple TV 4K is capable of it, if your TV is not, what's the point? And I'm not going to go ahead and buy a TV just so that I can enjoy 120 FPS or 120 Hz on the Apple TV 4K. It's insane. It doesn't make any sense, right? So just because you have the Apple TV 4K 2021 does not mean that you can start enjoying 120 FPS or 120 Hz videos with the HDMI 2.1 capability. You need a television also to be able to do that. So that's why it does not make sense for me to upgrade my TV just so that I could enjoy 120 FPS. There is one more thing. Now, some of you may have this question if the new color calibration feature actually works on the last gen Apple TV 4K. I've got good news for you. It absolutely does. In fact, that's another reason as to why there's no point of upgrading from last gen Apple TV 4K over to the new Apple TV 4K. Now, this particular feature, it's a software feature. It's not a hardware feature. So it is absolutely available on the last gen Apple TV 4K. In fact, I'm going to show you how it works, and I'm going to show you if it actually makes a difference. So let's quickly take a look at it and see what it does for you. By the way, it's really cool. Okay, as soon as you click on that color calibration, it will give you an option on your phone. I'm going to quickly show you here. Oops. It says color balance, and you need an iPhone to be able to do this. So I'm going to click on continue, and now what I need to do is place my phone very close to the screen. I think you have to place it at almost half an inch. So I'm going to place it just like that. We are almost there. And in 3, 2, 1, color balance complete. Now let's take a look at the results to find out, does it actually make a difference? So this is the balanced color, the color balanced that is, and this is the original one. I don't know if the camera will be able to capture this. I can clearly see the difference. The original colors are more on the cooler side, so it's got cooler tones. But when I used the color balanced option, it moves over to warmer tones, and the colors definitely are more saturated. So cooler colors, less saturation, warmer colors, and more saturated. Now the benefit of this, of course, is the fact that you don't need to do any kind of a color setting once you have done this color balance. And that's a cool feature to have, by the way. So it auto adjusts itself according to the lighting. So what I also want to show you is, again, let's go over to the result. And this time I'm gonna even turn off my lights. All right, so I'm gonna turn off these lights here, and again, color balanced. I mean the original, color balanced. Well, personally, I can figure out the difference, but on the camera, I don't think you'll be able to, find much of a difference. But just thought I will show you this cool feature, and it is completely available on your last gen Apple TV 4K as well. That's it for this video, folks. In case you feel I've missed out on any of the features, do let me know in the comments box, and do feel free to reach out to me in case you want to know anything about the Apple TV 4K. I do look forward to your comments after I post every single video, and I make an attempt to answer all your comments as soon as I can. So again, feel free to reach out to me through the comments section. Now, in case you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, well, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It's free, nobody's charging you for it, and it definitely helps me with the YouTube algorithm. And also hit that bell icon in case you want to get notified with all my latest videos. Well, that's a wrap for this one, folks. This is me signing off. Until we meet again in the next one, take care, stay safe, and may God bless you all.